Hiya guys, Crazy Teacher Nick here. The final video in the introduction to 9093 AS Level English. Okay. So 6 weeks ago, we started with context, audience, and purpose. Okay. We then did a video on form and structure. Okay. We then did language and style, what gives food its delicious flavor. Then we did voice and viewpoint. Last week we did the language we use when we're analyzing texts, and today we're going to be talking about those important writing skills. And guys, please remember, these videos, okay, are not meant to replace your normal lessons. They're just meant to support your learning. Okay. So, Teacher Jem, she's kicked us off here. I've spent some time and synthesized the feedback from Cambridge Examiner reports from 2023 to 2025, the core 9093 textbooks, and the current top-tier English specialists, which Teacher Adner, I'm sure, is part of. And the verdict is unanimous. Sophisticated ideas are useless if the examiner has to play detective to find them. In the high-pressure environment of Paper 2, many students try to use prestige lexis. We discussed that in our previous video. Prestige lexis, fancy words. So you're never going to use the word fancy again. It's going to be prestige lexis. But lose control in their syntax, sentence structure. So instead of talking about sentence structures, consider syntax and punctuation. When the punctuation fails, the meaning leaks out of the sentence. So, the clear lens strategy, technical accuracy. You want to get an A? This is what you got to do. Imagine your ideas are a beautiful landscape. Your writing is the window to that beautiful landscape. However, if the window is dirty, if your writing is full of errors, the examiner is not going to enjoy that beautiful landscape. Okay? Sure, we make mistakes in the exams. Be neat and tidy about those. But think before you write. Okay, so examiners are human. So you want to remove friction, that thing that basically stops the examiner from reading your text. You want the examiner to glide through your work and not trip over a comma in the wrong place, whether this is paper 2, whether it's your analysis, comparative analysis, reflective analysis. You want the examiner to read comfortably through it. It's going to give you better marks. Teacher James, when she was doing her research, she says, in an examiner's report, it was persistent errors in basic punctuation that distract from the candidate's ability to sustain a convincing persona. So if you're writing a story and your punctuation is rubbish, you could have written the greatest story of all time. The punctuation is going to be an issue. There's a video here somewhere, I think, about punctuation. Okay, so the problem, many students use thesaurus. Okay, big words. What did we say that big word was? It was, they use, what's that? Big words. There was a thing for big words. What did we say it was? Prestige lexis. Students use prestige lexis incorrectly. So if you're going to use prestige lexis in your writing or in your analysis, make sure you know what the word is. If the sentence sounds impressive but doesn't make sense, you're not going to get the marks. Okay? So if you don't understand the word, don't use it. Simple. Simple, simple, simple. Okay. The breathe test. This is actually so important. This is how to check your work, checking your writing. So if you read your sentence aloud, and I tell students to do this all the time, read what you've written and record it and listen to yourself. Okay, if you run out of breath, the sentence is too long, add a full stop. Come on. Okay. In AS level, even in GCSE, we teach students the importance of the word this. How many times have you heard things like, this is important, this matters, why did you do this? The word this is very powerful, but if you don't know what you are referring to in your writing, you're wasting your time. So tell me what it is and tell me what this is. We call it the so what check. When you read a sentence, make sure it actually adds value. Think before you write. Sure, you're going to have filler sentences in your writing. It's normal. We expect it from students, but words like this help ensure that you are precise and correct. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, and what that basically means is be precise, be clear, direct, and to the point. Punctuate, whether it's your writing, your analysis, practice your punctuation daily. Good punctuation, top marks. Complex sentences for description, keep that in mind, it's a great hack or a great tip. Short, punchy sentences for impact. Show you have control over your language. The groan zone, the accuracy edition. Gem, I'm worried about my punctuation. I think it's becoming a period drama. That's good. Oh dear, are you struggling with the full stops? I am. And my commas are in a state of suspension. And I think I've lost my colon capacity. Nick, stop. You're making me apostrophatic. That joke is so bad it should be against the law of Lexis. Okay. Teacher Gem's linguistic architect note. Textbooks like the Cambridge International AS Level English Language Suite emphasize that assessment objective 2, writing, isn't just about being correct, it's about being effective. The examiner wants to be your friend. They want to give you marks. Don't make them work for it by hiding your genius behind messy grammar. These are great writing tips. Okay. Next week, we are starting with a new series on Point Evidence Explain, how to analyze a piece of text. It's a 3-part video, okay, over the next 3 weeks. Okay. If you haven't watched all of the other videos, please, guys, go back and check out the other videos. They will help you. This whole introduction to AS Level English is meant to basically be the first stepping stone in the AS Level 9093 exam. Okay. I followed the structure of the Cambridge exams textbook, so please, great textbook. If you've got any questions, drop your thoughts, ideas down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. This is the end of the introduction to 9093 AS Level English. You guys rock. And thank you for watching.